Okay, let's talk about Euphoria. All right, I just need to get this off my chest. I am not a YouTuber, but I just need to get this off my chest for myself. Anyways, so the fact that there are so many people out here getting mad at Euphoria for the reason of it being, oh, too much nudity, right? Okay. Uh, it's unrealistic for you to the sexualization of minors. All right, these are the most common things I hear, and sometimes I hear like boring, oh, the writing's bad and stuff like that. I personally just disagree with that. I don't see how the writing is bad. A lot of the conversations between Rue and her friends, such as Jules and Elliot, they are very actually like realistic conversations, like and Fezco and Rue and all these things. Like that's how like I think I talk to my friends anyway. Sorry, that's my dog. Two, I personally don't see the issue with, I guess, nudity. Because personally, I don't find an issue with. I mean, yes, there is a lot of unnecessary nudity, but I'm not really bothered by it. Some people ignore like my nail. It's just like, anyways, I personally don't see an issue with it because of the fact that it is it nude. It's just a butt. It's just a butt and a dick, and maybe some people might be like, okay, well, they're supposed to be depicted as minors. Okay, okay, but what's the difference between shows like Riverdale or whatever, them having full-on sex but not showing a butt? They're still depicting sexualization of minors, right? They're still depicting this, but at the same time, they're just not showing the butt and the dick. We just have a sexualization of these body parts. So for me, that's just how I view it. The next one is Rue. I guess a lot of people get mad at the fact that, oh, there's too much drugs, there's too much sex, there's too much this, there's too much that. These are crazy aspects. It's not real. They want to be depicted as realism, but it's not actually realism. Excuse me. Obviously, right? Like, I mean, Euphoria is not about actual realism because obviously no one's going out doing drug deals, taking all these, I don't think anyone's, as far as I know, is doing that. It's about emotional realism. If we were put in these circumstances, how would some people behave? Rue being a liar, manipulative, people like that. Nate being manipulative and sexually confused. These are certain aspects of Euphoria that actually have emotional realism. Yes, realistically, no one is, as far as I know, is going out and having sex with a bunch of millions of people and doing all these, things that, no one's actually doing it. It's about emotional realism. And the main point that I want to touch on that I kind of understand actually is the fact that it does have instances where it quote unquote, not promotes, but it generally throws in like parts where minors are getting into child pornography or getting into things that like with adult men or something like that. The issue with this is that when it comes to like that aspect, I know so many people that do that. Like, okay, well, for me in my high school, I know so many girls who are like, yeah, I'm dating this guy, he's 20, he's fucking 23, and they're like 16, 17. Like, I understand that. And with the child pornography part, that is also a very real issue. Many girls, young girls, are going out and putting their bodies online, showing like, or sending nudes and things like that to people that they don't need to be sending that to. Older men, things like that, they're getting into all that stuff. So I can understand, and I don't think when it comes to Kat and when she was doing child pornography, and like she was like literally doing like straight up like just porn, like child porn, she literally, I believe like the thing is they didn't discourage it, which is the issue. But they did turn around and discourage Jules doing that, right? They did discourage Jules, performing those acts and things. So that's why I'm like, I believe like the director wanted to point out that sleeping with grown men and all that type of stuff is bad. But they forgot to do Kat's plot for that. I don't know if they forgot or if they just thought it was a girl boss thing. Obviously, I have a problem with that Kat's issue. I really just don't like Kat's character in general. And another thing is with, I guess, another argument that I often hear is that the writing is boring. I already mentioned that, sorry. But I really want to touch on that because, one, writing a show off and saying that the writing's boring is completely fine if that's how you view it. But for me, right, I don't see what they mean. Cause like when you're looking at videos of like in Euphoria, like, you know, Zendaya will make like, you know, goofy jokes and things like that. She'll go on these rants. They'll talk about random shit, like just random stuff. And, you know, like, that's just how I talk to my friends, too. You know, we're often, like, poking fun at each other. That's how I talk to my friends. But for some people, they may, like, not talk to people like that. So I guess that's a subjective point of view, which I don't think the show should be written off as a bad show. Unless when you're going around talking in a way that literally no one talks. Like Euphoria, you cannot deny that they're not going around saying cringy things like, that's my boy Jack, and he's pretty cool. You know, they're actually using, you know, I guess vernacular that we use, you know, and they're not like over like exaggerating it. It's better to be like have writing be boring than cringy. And personally, I just think that if the writing, you know, it's not really cringy. Those are the most issues that I see with people complaining about Euphoria, and all of them are usually, or, you know, sometimes, you know, I think that most people have an issue with Euphoria because they don't relate to it. They literally just can't relate to it, and they're like, this just doesn't happen, you know. But for me, I deal with drug addiction, and I deal with a lot of, you know, instances where I am making these impulsive decisions. And I think, you know, Euphoria really touches on these things. And that's why I think it overshadows all these weird and, you know, unnecessary aspects, like straight up ass in the camera and unsolved plot, like plots that needed to be touched on more, like Kat's plot. And a lot of the time and also the characters, the acting is so amazing. It is very good. The acting is very good. I've never seen anyone like say the acting isn't as bad in Euphoria. And if so, point at me one spot where you were like, this acting sucks, this acting is bad. Because for me, I've never seen any bad acting in Euphoria, like at all. Like every single aspect in Euphoria when it comes to acting, it is so deep and engrossed, especially with Nate, Zendaya, Fezco. I really love Fez because he is a very relatable character, and he's very chill, and he's literally just, the actor is literally just showing himself, like showing how he feels. And how he actually is, and I love that. And the acting is just really good. I really like it. I like the whole sassy parts with Maddie and Cassie, and the fact that I get angry at these characters. Most people like say I'm gonna write off the show because I get angry at these characters. That's the point of the show, is to be angry at these characters. We're supposed to be getting angry at these characters for a reason. You know, we're over here like, dude, why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? Yeah, I'm using my computer light. That's the point. Is to be angry at these characters. We're supposed to be mad. We're supposed to be angry. Like, we're supposed to be like, why the fuck would they do that? And gross. So, anyways, that's how I feel about Euphoria. So far, season two has been pretty good to me. I've liked it. I just see a lot. I just personally think I like season one better, and like right now I really like season one better. Really hope Euphoria on season 2 does touch on more realism. I hope it does, like emotional realism. I hope it does stick with that. I also do hope they get more into the brain of the characters, and less like unnecessary plot aspects that don't need to be there. Anyways, that's my rant. This wasn't really that much. It was just like me wanting to get this off my chest. For the one person watching, if anyone comes across this, thank you for listening to me. Bye.